Now, WMBF News First Alert Meteorologist Robert Whitehurst.
Hermine has steadily gotten better organized and stronger throughout the day. Now a hurricane, winds at 75 miles per hour. Notice a little bit of an eye trying to form. The rain's now wrapping around there. Still has another maybe 5 hours before it makes landfall, and it may try to continue to strengthen until then. 2 Hurricane Hunter flights through there right now, so we'll get another update here in another 45 minutes. Nonetheless, it doesn't really change our impacts much. It will weaken as it makes landfall. Now, it's going to be a Category 1 at landfall, but once it gets into Georgia, overland, transitioning back to a tropical storm, and that's what we're expecting as it makes its closest pass to us, which will be late tomorrow. At 8 o'clock, the center of the storm just to our south. Winds down to 50 miles per hour, but it's going to be pretty gusty around just about everywhere. Strongest winds will be right along the Grand Strand. And again, as we said here the last few days, notice by Saturday morning, it's at the Outer Banks. So Saturday, Sunday, Labor Day, no issues there. Tomorrow is the day that we are going to see the problems. Let's talk about the rain because everybody's going to deal with that. Talked about it yesterday, thinking just to the left of the track, just to the west of the track is where the heaviest rain will be. So that's why we're focusing those 4 to 6 inch totals from Florence up Interstate 95 through Marion County, Dillon County, up towards the border belt. A little bit lower along the Grand Strand, but still 3 to 5 inches. Thing is, with these tropical downpours, the rain comes down fast and sometimes kind of overwhelms the drainage system. So I think we'll see some localized flooding issues on the roads as the rain is coming down. Long-term issues, maybe not so much, but some areas could certainly see maybe 6 to 7 if we get underneath one of those heavier bands. Talk about the winds. Not a big issue farther inland, gusting 20, 25 miles per hour. Right along the Grand Strand, they'll likely be a little bit stronger. And keep in mind, these are the areas that have that tropical storm warning where we could see some gusts of 40 to 45 miles per hour. Could see a few trees down, not expecting widespread damage or issues, though, from the wind. Talked about this yesterday as well, introducing that tornado risk back in with the track and maybe going a little farther inland whenever you're on the right side. That's where you can see that risk of a few quick tornadoes trying to spin up. Certainly a lot of spin in the atmosphere with these tropical systems. Something we'll need to watch, and that'll be primarily tomorrow afternoon, continuing into the evening as those rain bands kind of swing their way in off the Atlantic. Highest risk likely right along the Grand Strand. That same wind that is coming off the coast is going to help to push the water in a bit. And unfortunately, it's right around high tide tomorrow. And unfortunately, again, the new moon is today, and that means tide's running a little bit higher than normal already. Likely going to see at least some issues, mainly in the typical spots to see problems when the tides run a little bit higher. So Garden City up towards Cherry Grove, Pawleys Island. You know the areas if you live there, likely going to see issues once again. And again, that high tide is right around 9 o'clock tomorrow, and that's likely when it will be the worst. The rain risk, 100% chance for tomorrow, but as I said earlier, Saturday, Sunday, and going into Labor Day, not going to see any issues. Don't need to cancel your plans for Labor Day. It's looking fine once we get past tomorrow. But again, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening through about 3 to 4 a.m. on Saturday is going to be kind of the main time period.
And Robert, you know, when we talk about this flooding, I wanted to ask, will we see some breaks during the day for this rain to kind of recede and go down? Yeah,
with the way the band's kind of set up, and it depends on the track. It looks like the steadier rain likely to be farther inland, and that's why we have the totals a bit higher from Darlington County, Hartsville, Florence, Society Hill. Along the Grand Strand, maybe seeing some breaks.
Yeah.
And I think most areas in the morning may see some breaks and even some sun, because I think it will arrive most in the afternoon. The good news is we've been kind of dry recently, so thinking not going to be big issues there, kind of short-term problems ponding on the roadways. Some localized flooding, something we'll need to watch.